Good morning everyone, how you doing? It's Paul here from Unusual Things. Now today I am at the Royal Marines old base, should we say, in Portsmouth, near the seafront. Now today we are here because eventually we are going off to see the final resting place of Bill Sparks. Now Bill Sparks was one of the heroes, the last surviving hero, of course, of the Cockleshell Heroes, which is a story which I'll give you some more information on real soon. If you haven't seen the movie, go and check it out, it's really good. Now there are some Royal Marine veterans that are here today and they're going to reenact part of the D-Day celebrations. They're going to row across to Normandy, and we're going to be catching up with a few of them in a moment. We're going to have a look around the memorial gardens, and what I'd like you to do today is leave your comments down below, of course, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. So what we'll do is we're going to have a little look around, and then we'll go and talk to some of the lads as well, and then we will, sorry, there's people talking behind me, and then what we will do is go and find the final resting place of Bill, and but we've got to travel a little bit for that, but we don't mind that, do we? So we're going to have a little look around the gardens first, and then we'll see what else we can find and who else we can talk to today. Okay, so there's the Royal Marines Museum, which members of the public can pay to go into. It's a beautiful place in there. And then of course over here we've got the memorial gardens with different roses, the core rose which is there, and obviously benches with different markers on for different services and for different members of the Royal Marines. And Brigadier General F.W. Lumsden, VC, CB, DSO, Royal Marine Artillery. And then of course what we do is we come around here and we've got 4-5 Royal Marines Commando there. And obviously of course got different battles, Dieppe and many more. They've got 4-4 Royal Marines Commando there. And it does go on and on and on. And then here we've got in everlasting memory of those Royal Marines Commando and support unit personnel who served and gave their lives in Afghanistan during Operation Herrick between 2002 and 2014. And then the one we're looking for, which is the one that we're focusing on today, is the Cockleshell Heroes, 1942. And then it's got the names of the young men. I'll come in a bit closer. And over here, in everlasting memory of those Royal Marines Commando and Support Unit personnel who served and gave their lives in Iraq during Operations Granby and Telek between 1991 and 2011. And of course, it goes on and on. Now, obviously, the one we're focusing on today is the Cockleshell Heroes. And if you haven't watched the movie, it's good. It's a good movie, and I watched it recently again. I hadn't seen it for a long time. And it was really good. And this one here, the memorial garden, was owned by His Royal Highness Prince Philip, Captain General Royal Marines, on Tuesday, 16th May 1995. Okay, so I'm now joined by Keith. And Keith, what's your involvement with all of this today?
So I was the trustee of the Royal Marines Charitable Trust Fund originally, and now the RMA, RMC. And I did for 9 years, and now I'm a vice patron of the charity, and I think I'm one of the largest private sponsors. So that's kind of the backstory. I've been involved with the Corps about 15 years now, 14 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, so they invited me to come along a couple months ago, and I said sure, and here I am.
Wonderful. And are you actually taking part in the event as well?
Yeah, I am. So we did this 10 years ago the other way.
Yeah.
So we went from off of 1664, which I was in, and so yeah, I'm taking part in it, and hopefully with Lee Waters, him and Joe Maynard put this thing together, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Excellent. And can you tell the viewers exactly where you're leaving from today, where you're going to, and how long it's going to take you as well?
Sure. So we're leaving from effectively the water, which is somewhere on the other side of this hill,
Yeah.
and on the Portsmouth side, and we're going to paddle all the way over to Normandy, and it should take between 26 and 28 hours.
Wow.
We're not exactly sure the timing and the tides and all that. When we get there, we'll be on the Normandy coast. We'll finish up, and then the next day, which is Wednesday, we'll be doing the beaches, and on Thursday we'll be joining the big parades for the D-Day anniversary.
Excellent. And are you expecting a really warm welcome when you land the other side?
I hope so. I'm never quite sure how the whole organization works out, and there's always an issue of timing. And right now we're setting out. I think we're setting out in the afternoon, so we'll be coming in the evening.
Excellent.
So I think we'll probably be pretty tired, but we'll see how it goes.
And how many of you lads are taking part in this today?
I think we have 20 in total, from memory, either 19 or 20. So a whole bunch of people, and we have they can see the boats. It's a little scary when you see the boats because they don't look that big in the context of going 100 miles in the water.
Yeah.
But I think it's 87.5 nautical miles, but it's a bit longer when you deal with the currents and everything else. So.
Okay, and will you be having any sort of support vessels with you as well? Will it just be you guys out on your own going for it?
No, you got to have a support vessel. So we have one support vessel starting, and I think a second, what they call an LCU or U, joining us about a couple hours after. So so we should have a big support vessel going in now.
Excellent. Well, on behalf of myself and all the viewers, I'd love to wish you all the best, and good luck with everything. Sorry. I know. Sorry, I got that one busy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Keith. Appreciate that. Cheers. Okay, so we're just coming out here now, and these are the equipment that they're going to be using with the names on. I'll just show one because there's people working around the others, just to give you an idea. Quite small, but quite robust. And then there's a few, obviously they've got 3, 4, 5, 6 there.
Yeah, he's already in it. Slept in that. Did he? Yeah, mate.
Okay, now, so I've caught up with Chris, who very kindly invited me along today. Chris, this looks amazing so far. Have the nerves kicked in yet?
Yeah, massively.
Have they?
Yeah, I'm not a great paddler.
Oh, you're not?
I'm just here to suffer. Yeah, so a few of the guys amongst the group are the real paddlers. But it's just about getting the veterans together, celebrating D-Day, and
of course,
getting ourselves in a little bit of an austere environment while we do it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's that sort of Royal Marine attitude of keep pushing yourself constantly and things like that. Excellent. Okay. Now, I watched the Cockleshell Heroes movie again yesterday. I hadn't seen it for many, many years. And what I did like about it is the element of the humour that they brought to it as well with the lads, the comradeship and all the rest of it. Now, obviously, we're both ex-forces and we know about the comradeship that goes on. What's it like when you're out in one of those little boats? Oh, sorry, I don't know if that's the correct terminology. I apologise. I'm ex-Air Force. I get it all wrong all the time. Kayaks? How do we dress them?
Clappers.
Clappers, yeah, sorry.
Kayak, clapper, boat even.
Boat, yeah, sorry, okay. Yeah. What's the comradeship like when you're out in that together?
One of the commando spirits is cheerfulness in the face of adversity.
Yeah.
So, no matter how shit things get, and apologies for the language, we just keep smiling through it. And I think that is a genuine bootneck quality, is that the tougher things do get, we always tend to find, we always start laughing at each other, and we sort of relish in the sort of strenuous parts of what we do, and we look back afterwards and it's still a bit of a laugh. So cheerfulness in the face of adversity is quite a big commando quality. So
and you can tell that amongst the lads already. As soon as I turned up, you can hear some Mickey taken and they're all sort of chomping at the bit to get on each other.
You'll hear them smashing me today. I'm a terrible paddler. I can't tell my left from my right, so I'm
oh yeah, well, sounds like me. So when you're actually in the kayak, is there a difference in the person that's at the front and at the back? Do they have different roles?
Yeah, absolutely. So the person at the front actually has quite an easy job.
Okay.
Because all they've got to do is keep a nice steady pace.
Yeah.
A nice big long draw and catch. They're the kind of a bit of the motor in the boat.
Yeah.
The guy in the back has to steer the boat, so he has to keep the boat aligned. He also has to stay in exact same sync with the guy in front, because if you're a centimetre out, the guy in the front will find that he's pulling quite a lot of the weight on the boat on his own.
Yeah.
So it's so important that the guy in the back, his blade enters the water exactly the same time as the guy in the front.
Okay.
He's also steering the boat, and he's just checking around him as well to make sure that other boats are okay. And
Yeah. And how long are you expecting this to actually take?
we're looking at maybe between 26 and 28 hours to cross the channel.
Wow.
So we'll arrive Port-au-Besson tomorrow, obviously the 4th of June.
Yeah.
And then paddling the other beaches on the 5th and 6th of June. Landing on Sword Beach with 47 Commando on the 6th of June for D-Day. Yeah.
And are you actually following the same route that the Cockleshell Heroes did?
Yeah, from Portsmouth. Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, great stuff.
Not the Cockleshell Heroes,
No,
the D-Day invasion.
The D-Day invasion. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I apologise. And with you know, when you come up for events like this, do you still find that the families are really supportive as well, and they come along with you and get involved?
Yeah, I think it's quite a big thing, you know. And if you cast my mind back to King's Squad, you know, when you're passing out as a Royal Marines Commando and you're getting your green beret, and I think it goes for the whole armed forces, you know.
Yeah.
The day you're welcomed into your unit, you pass out and you go to your active service unit. All the families are there, and I think they start that journey with you at the same time.
Yeah.
And you know, and you come up to events like today. Some of the guys are still serving. I'm a veteran. And all the families still turn up and give you all that support, which is massively important. You know, it helps drive you on. Yeah.
And how can people sort of help out if they want to donate or anything like that? Is there any particular site they can go to?
So we've got the paddle group on Instagram, which is just paddle_group.
Yeah.
And at the minute, apologies, there's no Facebook group for the paddle group at the minute. But if you have a look at my Facebook page, which is Chris Maynard, you'll see my icon on there. Obviously it's a big sort of paddle group icon, and there's a link in there which people can donate to, or you can go on to Just Giving, D-Day 80.
Brilliant.
Paddle Group D-Day 80.
Wonderful.
So Just Giving Paddle Group D-Day 80 is the donation link that you can find online.
Excellent. And I'll put the links down below for that so everyone can see, and can obviously see what you guys are up to in the future as well, and obviously try and help if you can get involved with helping Chris and the guys for a fantastic course there as well. So thank you very much for your time, Chris.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Is it all right to mention one more thing?
Yes, please do. Sorry,
So the paddle group has been set up, and it is predominantly a veteran sort of group, so you don't have to be a Royal Marine, you don't have to be a commando to come and join this group and join us on our expedition. So if it is something that guys are genuinely interested in, if they need that little window of opportunity to escape a little bit of hardship in their life and put themselves back in amongst that sort of family, that camaraderie, then please feel free to reach out, guys. You know, help isn't that far away. Reach out, talk, come and join us. Get back into the austere environments with your brothers and reset, you know, get that green reset. Yeah,
and I think that's a really valid point you say there, because so many guys come out and they're a bit lost, aren't they? They don't know what to do with themselves. And so that's great, that's fantastic. So get involved with what Chris said. And again, any links, we'll put them down below so you can jump onto that as well. So thank you.
Awesome, cheers. Mate.
Thanks. Good morning everyone, how you doing? It's Paul here, of course, from Unusual Things. Now this is a continuation video. Today is June the 6th, okay, so it's the 80th anniversary today of D-Day. Now we've come here to a lovely little place called let me make sure I get this correct. Alfriston, that's correct, in East Sussex, okay, so it's not too far away from Brighton. And we've come today to find the final resting place of Bill William Sparks, who is one of the Cockleshell Heroes. Now I will tell you about him in a moment. It's a beautiful little place, very peaceful, tranquil, lovely little village that I've driven through to get here today. Now earlier on in the week, of course, we met some of the veterans, the Royal Marine veterans, that had their kayaks and they were taking the route from Portsmouth to Normandy, of course. I've yet to hear from any of them. I'm hoping they've made it by now. They should have done. I think they were due for, I think it was like 24, 26 hours or so. But we'll try and catch up with them at another time and we'll do a little update for you. And it was very kind of Chris and the guys, Keith and all the rest of them, Joe, to allow me to spend time with them whilst they were prepping, I should say, for that wonderful, whether it was wonderful or not, I don't know, that's yet to be heard. But you know, for the amazing thing that they're doing there. But what we wanted to do today was come and find the final resting place of Bill Sparks, who was the actual last remaining survivor of the Cockleshell Heroes. And what a tremendous man he was. You know, he had an amazing life. I'll tell you a little bit more about him in a moment, and we'll have a little walk through the churchyard and we'll find out what we can about Bill. Okay, now the operation was called Operation Frankton. Now Bordeaux was a key port for German trade to the Far East, so it was an important target for the Allies. But the Allied forces had a problem as Bordeaux was heavily defended, which meant a traditional attack by air, sea or land would result in heavy losses. This was the perfect opportunity for Hasler to test his idea. On the 7th of December 1942, 6 kayaks and the 13 men planned for the raid arrived in France, being taken by the submarine HMS Tuna. The kayaks had the code names of various sea creatures: catfish, crayfish, cachalot, conger, cuttlefish and coalfish. Paddling nearly 70 miles over 5 days, only 2 kayaks made it all the way to the port of Bordeaux. On the night of the 11th of December 1941, Hasler and Marine Bill Sparks in the kayak, codenamed Catfish, and Corporal Albert Laver and Marine William Mills in the kayak codenamed Crayfish. The other 4 kayaks had failed to make it this far. Cachalot was damaged before she could be launched, conger capsized and the men died of hypothermia, while cuttlefish and coalfish were captured after coming ashore. While Hasler and Sparks narrowly avoided an enemy sentry, the 2 kayaks managed to damage 6 enemy ships, marking a blow against German shipping. After coming ashore, both crews sank their kayaks to hide evidence and fled to the Spanish border. Hasler and Sparks managed to flee to Spain and make it back to Great Britain, but the crew of the Crayfish were unfortunately captured. Hitler's commando order meant that all men captured from Operation Frankton were executed without a trial. Now, I'm not sure where you actually go to get into this churchyard, but it's like high up on the sunrise here this morning is beautiful, so I've got a feeling this may be the way that we come in. So there's the information there about the operation itself, Operation Frankton, where, you know, for only 2 of the kayaks to actually get through and achieve part of the mission that they wanted to do, you know, they damaged 6 ships, which was enough probably back then. 6 is better than none, I suppose. Let's go up here first. What we'll do is we'll go up and have a look, see if we can get in the church, and then we'll look for the final resting place of Bill Sparks, the final man that survived from the Cockleshell Heroes. And those guys were heroes, you know, and it's because of what happened there at that time. Now I don't know the full ins and outs, but eventually it's how the SBS got formed through different task groups and so forth. Right, so just going to have a look around here. Now, of course, like I say, it is June the 6th today, so there's going to be a lot of activity, I should imagine, around here later on. But we'll see if the church is open, and we'll see if we can get in. This looks like it's the main door. We can always try, can't we? No, sadly not. Sadly it's locked, but there we go. Sadly the church is locked, so we can't get in, but it is early in the morning. It's like 6 a.m. So we will go and have a look now for Bill Sparks' final resting place. You know, a man that, especially on today, we should all be so thankful for, and obviously the many, many hundreds of thousands of men. Just look at that view. The many, many hundreds of thousands of men that across the world that fought for the Allies to give us our freedoms, to stop us being taken over by who knows what would have happened if Hitler would have had his way. Right, let me just show you this. Beautiful scenery all around. You know, you can see why family members would want to bury their loved ones here. Now, I'm looking down here and these look like they're the newer graves. So I'd imagine, because Bill hasn't been passed that long ago, so I should imagine that he'll probably be down here amongst these. But I'll have a quick look on this side first. I know I don't always have the best eyesight, but I can have a quick glance and see. So we'll have a look. I'll come up here. I love coming to these places when it's so early in the morning, but not when I get wet shoes. Ow, or fall down a hole like that, because I really should know better. Okay, I've been having a good look around, and do you know what? I think I found it. Here we are. To my dearest husband, a Cockleshell hero, W.E. Sparks, DSM, sadly missed, who fell asleep November the 30th, 2002, aged 80. God bless. Let's go up here a little bit. From your loving wife, Irene Sparks, 1919-2005. To live in the hearts of those we love is not to die. Wow. And there we have it, the final resting place of Mr. Bill Sparks. And on behalf of so many people, thank you, Bill. Bless you. You know, we will always be eternally grateful for what this man and many, many, many other men across the world did to fight for our freedom and to look out for us and to give us the life that we have today. Thank you, Bill. Bless you. So there we have it, the final resting place of Bill Sparks. I've enjoyed making this video, meeting the Royal Marine veterans earlier on in the week, of course coming here today to see Bill's final resting place, especially on June the 6th, you know. We must remember these people. Generations in the future cannot forget, we cannot forget what they've done for us. And it sadly seems to be disappearing from some of the school's history lessons now, and they really need to stay on top of it. Anyway, thank you as always for watching. If you've got any comments at all, you know, if you've got granddads, great-granddads, grandmas, great-grandmas who helped out throughout World War I, II, whatever, please leave your comments down below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all from this beautiful place on the next one. Take it easy. Thank you as always for watching. Don't forget to look in the description if you want to help out Chris and the team raise money for their fantastic venture of crossing the Channel to Normandy for the 80th year D-Day celebrations. All donations are appreciated, and thank you to all those men and women that gave us our freedom today.